What's up, guys? It is Chris back with a quick watch unboxing. This is the Borealis Cascais, and this is the production model. This is the model that they have sent me to keep. So I just want to do a quick unboxing sort of / review of it because I had the blue dial in for review originally when it came out. And this is the white dial with the cathedral hand, so a little bit different from what I had in originally on the channel. So this is the same packaging that Borealis sent all of their watches in on. And then, of course, you get the warranty card, 12-month warranty card here, and it's a leather case, a little felt inside. It is yellow. That's sort of their thing, I guess. And then the outside is signed Borealis. Nice little travel case for those of you who want to travel with an extra watch. And then here is the watch. So you can see this is, as I mentioned, the white colorway. It still has that hobnail dial. You get a Miyota 9015 in here, so you do have a ghost date position right there because this is a 9015, not the 9039, so it's a Miyota 9015. This gets the stainless steel bezel, which is loomed. There is tons of loom on the indices and on the hands. They do a really good job with loom over at Borealis. This is a very nicely proportioned watch. I believe it's 40 millimeters at this bezel right here. So it comes in at just about 41 millimeters, 40.9 millimeters. And then the actual width of the case is 12.7 millimeters. And then the lug to lug, which should be a true lug to lug because the end links don't really flare out that much further than the actual case itself, or lugs themselves, is 47, just above, over a little bit over 47. If you measure where the end links actually do fall, it comes out to around 49 and a half, around there. So not that much bigger. Big screwed in crown. This gets a really big crown, actually. And you can see this is over a 7 millimeter crown. Pretty big, actually. It's bigger than that, I think. Wait, there we go. No, it's a little bit over 7 millimeters, the crown. President's bracelet, which they do very, very well. Screwed links, of course, milled buckle. One thing I've always said about Borealis, they add a little bit extra to the buckle. It's a little bit thicker than most micro brands that I get in the channel. Some are pretty thick from other micro brands as well. I think there must be some sort of gauge that they get to choose from, and this is the thicker gauge of buckle, and it's really solid. Sounds really good. And it has that mermaid on the back, just a really good looking everyday watch. Now, what I like about this watch is, of course, it's not a fully loomed dial. You get tons of loom on the indices, and those indices are really, really heavily loomed. You get that hobnail dial, but the indices are actually in a bluish color, and then the bezel, a stainless steel color. So it's a very interesting combination. It's a very bright watch, so when you're looking at it in normal conditions, under normal lighting, it looks very, very bright. Everything really pops, and it looks good. And that blue sometimes picks up as black, so those blue indices and the blued hands sometimes pick up as black, sometimes they pick up as blue, depending on the lighting. So it's very, very interesting. I really like this watch. Let me quickly throw it on my wrist, then we'll do a quick loom shot and just wrap up the video. So these, very quickly before I do that, these retailed for around $375, and now I believe they have sold out. You could pre-order with them. Really, there's no discount on the pre-order. You just pay half when you pre-order, and then the other half before the watch is delivered. But they've been doing that for quite some time, and I guess it works for them. I'm not sure they really need to do it anymore. They've become an established micro brand, and a lot of people definitely like their watches. By the way, drilled lugs as well on here, sign crown. So they get they're a pretty popular brand now, I think, and I don't think they really need to do that. They actually have a few watches right now that are on pre-order, so go check out their website. The Neptuno is one. I had that on the channel, a really cool watch. And they have a Sintra, I believe, is coming up, which is really cool, sort of a field watch. Looks really good, and they're putting some really special dials on them as well. Looks amazing. Check out their website. Hopefully I will have one of those on the channel as well. I'll put the link to the Neptuno up above. All of their watches, like 300 meters, water resistant, same thing here. Just very interesting. So very quickly, throw it on my wrist, then we'll do a loom shot. But before I do, today I am wearing my latest acquisition, which is the Chopard Classic Yachting Countdown Timer. This is like a sort of I wouldn't call it a diver's chronograph, but you do get screwed in crowns. Even the pushers are screwed in. So, and you get a dive time bezel, as you can see. So technically not a dive watch, but 100 meters water resistance. It's pretty cool, and actually a really awesome watch. Gets a fantastic Miyota. I'm sorry, ETA. I get them confused sometimes. ETA 2894, which is the chronograph version of the 2892. So, Borealis, which has not been sized for my 7.5 inch wrist, as you can see, 41 millimeters thereabout, wears really nicely on my 7.5 inch wrist. It's pretty thin, as I mentioned, so it does not wear thick, and these bracelets are very nicely made, very easy to size if you need to, and just a pleasant watch to wear. Really good everyday watch. I really love the Hobnail dial, as I mentioned. Very quickly, going to do a lume shot because they do very good lume on these watches, and then we'll wrap up the video. So not a lume dial, as I said, but you can see that the lume actually lights up the dial almost to the point where it looks like a lume dial, but it isn't. The hands are extremely bright. Obviously, every single dash on the bezel is lumed, so you're getting a lot of lume from the bezel. Very, very big indices that are very filled with lume. And even the second hand is lume. So you have a lot of lume on those cathedral hands and indices, so it sort of lights up the inside of the dial a little bit. Very, very nice, and very nicely constructed watch, obviously. Borealis make very high quality watches, very small batches as well, so you're probably never going to run into somebody with another Borealis, which is kind of cool, and that's kind of the point of a micro brand, just the exclusivity and sort of that not a lot of people have them, and their affordability. So well under $400 for this, and you're getting a Miyota 9000 series, which I always like, and 300 meters water resistance, and a lot of little details that look really good, tons of lume. Tell me what you think of this watch in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Please also don't forget to like and subscribe, hit that bell icon. It's super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Oh, one more thing, bezel action. The bezel is very tight on this watch. I have to say, it's actually marginally too tight, I would say. I'm not sure why it's so tight. It's a little bit tighter than most Borealis I've had on the channel. It's not prohibitively tight, but it is tight. You can see. But it sounds really good and it feels really good, but it's just a little bit on the tighter side. Definitely not going to move. There's absolutely no wobble or wiggle in the bezel whatsoever. It's very, very tight. Anyway, sorry, I just forgot to do that, so I figured I'd do it now. Thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.